What is up, everybody? It's Cody Steck. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about 5 different cities you have to tour if you're making a trip out here to the St. George area. Now, when I say St. George, I'm going to include the entire metro area. Of course, there's going to be different cities within that. You've got Santa Clara, you've got Washington, you do have other cities, but for the most part, if you're just kind of talking about the entire St. George metro, you're going to just say the St. George area, right? So we're going to talk about 5 cities to tour within the metro area. If you've only got a day, you've got 2 days to come out to the area and explore and decide if this is a place where you want to live long term, then these are the 5 cities I'd recommend driving through to get a different feel for what type of housing is out there and what type of inventory and prices and just what it's like to live in these different spots. With that being said, we're going to jump in the video here. As we do that, guys, my name's Cody Steck. I want to be your favorite real estate resource of choice, and I want to be your trusted real estate agent here in Southern Utah. My team and I work the entire state, so if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please reach out to me, call, text, or email me anytime. I love hearing from you guys. I've had hundreds of people reach out from videos just like this, and I would love to hear from you as well if you're looking at buying or selling anywhere in the state of Utah. With that said, let's jump into our screen here. We're gonna take a look at some different cities. All right, so I'm gonna start off with just taking a look at the map here. I wanna give you a different idea of kind of just where things are located, and then we'll talk about city number 1. So if you're coming into St. George, you may be flying into the airport, which is gonna be down here on the southeast side of town, or a lot of people actually fly into Las Vegas, and then they're gonna drive up. Las Vegas is gonna be over here, right here, and then you're gonna drive up I-15. It's about an hour and 45 minutes to get into the St. George Metro. So you're gonna be coming up this I-15 corridor right here, or flying into St. George Regional, renting a car, and then going from there. So the first city that I wanna talk about is actually going to be Little Valley and Washington Fields. This is probably, and by the way, guys, this particular list is in no particular order of like best to worst or anything like that. I'm just giving you 5 different cities to consider if you're making a trip out here to the area. So just because I'm starting with number 1, I'm just trying to make it efficient if you were coming into town for a trip, how to lay out your trips to have it make the most sense. So number 1 is going to be Little Valley and Washington Fields. It doesn't show it anywhere here on this map, but if I actually jump over here, this will probably be a little bit better of a view. You're going to come in here. You can either get there from I-15 or from the Southern Parkway. It's fairly easy to get there from either road. Let's see if we can get this to switch over. So the first area that I recommend is checking out Little Valley right here, as well as Washington Fields, which is going to be up here to the northeast. Now, it doesn't actually say it really anywhere here on this this map. It's kind of hard to see. You can see where the roads are at. This is going to be the fields at Little Valley, one of the public parks there. This is going to be one area that I think you should consider, as well as Washington Fields up here. This is a lot of farmland that's been converted into housing now, and this is one of the fastest growing areas in the entire St. George Metro. The reason why, you get nice, big, beautiful new neighborhoods. You get amazing homes here. The homes are going to range from maybe 500,000 all the way up to a couple million plus in these particular areas, depending on where you're at. However, this is where some of the best schools are going to be. It's going to be low crime, and it's going to be very family friendly. So if you're looking for something that's more family friendly, you want a bigger house with a little bit more space, maybe a big RV garage or a pool or something like that, you're definitely going to have a high likelihood of finding that here in these areas. The homes here in this area are going to be newer as well. Most of the homes here were built within the last 15, 20 years, even, they're still building now, of course, but most of the homes are going to be less than 20 years old. So that would be the first place I'd recommend checking out. Come over here, Little Valley, drive around for maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes. If you like it, keep going, drive for a couple hours. If you like that, then come over here to Washington Fields and see what that's all about. Washington Fields is going to be a little bit older compared to Little Valley, but they do have a very similar feel between them. Next up after that, I'd actually recommend jumping over here on the Southern Parkway, or you can take I-15 up here to Harrisburg and then jump across over there. Let me scroll out just a little bit here. And I would actually recommend coming over here past Sand Hollow and going into Hurricane and Laverkin. Laverkin's gonna be a small town. It's not gonna be for everybody, but a lot of people really enjoy living out here in Sand Hollow. You've got some amazing golf courses. It's a little bit cheaper. It's a little bit older of an area, other than the new homes that they're building now. There's lots of new homes that are going in there, but it's kind of got that older, smaller feel compared to St. George. So if you want something a little bit slower pace of life, you kind of like that old town feel, being maybe a little bit more rural, I guess, if you will, then this could be an area to consider for you. If you're really into second homes, Airbnb, anything like that, you might want to consider the areas here around Sand Hollow. There's lots of rentals here. There's lots of access to Sand Hollow State Park, as well as the golf course, which draws a lot of people into this area. So Sand Hollow is going to be technically kind of part of Hurricane, but Hurricane, the city itself, is going to be different. So that's why I recommend checking out both of them. Come over here, check this out. You'll either like it or hate it, and I think you'll probably make that decision fairly quickly and decide if it's the right place for you or not. Now, after you do that, I'm going to zoom out here. I'd actually probably recommend coming back here to the I-15 and coming down here into St. George. As you come through St. George on I-15, you can kind of jump around. You can check out Washington. You can check out Green Spring Park up here on the north side. You can even come over here to Middleton. This is going to be closer to town. It's a little bit older. This is where all of the stores and the shops are. So this is kind of like the old town St. George, that I think a lot of people think of, especially if you've been here before, maybe 15, 20, 30 years ago. This is what it's going to feel like. You're going to notice a lot of the same things there in these particular areas. So like this part of Washington, or even over here in Middleton, are going to have that little bit older feel. But I'd actually recommend coming over here, cutting across downtown St. George, and coming up here to the, let's call it just kind of the Entrada, Ivins, Santa Clara area. Now, this is a very big area. I mentioned Entrada right over here. You can't quite see it on this map, but it's a golf course that runs up right up here on the east side. I guess maybe more north side of this Snow Canyon Parkway. And Entrada is going to be more of like the golf course area, but then you've got Ivins and Santa Clara, which are the actual cities. So it's worth checking out both of these areas. Entrada and Black Desert, which is right here, is going to be a higher end, more luxury place to live. They're going to have really nice homes. There's lots of second homes, retirement homes in this area, and it's really focused around that resort lifestyle. I recommend driving through there, seeing if it's a place that you like. It's very peaceful, very quiet, lots of really nice homes, and you kind of get that Southwest style that people really crave in St. George. Same thing out here in Ivins. You're going to see more of that. This is going to be a little bit more rural out here. You're going to find a lot of these bigger lots. You're going to find more luxury homes, and it's all about the views out here. You've got Tuacahn out here to the north side. You've got just amazing views up here into Snow Canyon State Park. So that's why a lot of people love living here. It's very close to trails. In fact, to be honest with you, pretty much the entire area is really close to trails. So it's easy to get outdoors and, ride your bike, go hiking, walk the dog, whatever it may be. So come over here, I'd recommend driving up Snow Canyon Parkway, check out Ivins, and then on your way back, come over here to Santa Clara. Santa Clara will have a very similar feel, mostly suburban type living, but it might be the right place for you to check out. It's at least definitely worth driving through on your trip here. After that, I recommend coming down here. We're going to check out some other areas. We zoom in a little bit here, right, going down this way. You can come down Dixie Drive, and this is going to take you all the way back to I-15. The next area I'd recommend checking out is going to be this Bloomington area and Sun River. Sun River is going to be mostly a retirement type zone. It's not every single neighborhood in here is 55 plus, but that's definitely the feel for it. It's going to have more of a retirement type home community feel. Now, it is very big, so it's a very large area. It's almost, in fact, it's like its own little mini city. They do have the golf club there, but it is a really great, peaceful place to live right next to the I-15 corridor. So it's very easy to access the I-15, which makes it easy to get across town. Bloomington's going to be very similar. Bloomington's a little bit older. There's going to be older houses here. This is going to have more of that suburban type feel, similar to Santa Clara and similar to Middleton up here, but it's going to be a little bit nicer. It's going to have bigger homes, bigger lots, and it's focused right here around the Bloomington Country Club, which is actually a public country club. You still have to join, but anybody can join there, even if you don't live within the area. So definitely something worth considering. I think that's going to be a great option for you to drive through. And then lastly, we're going to check out place number 5 here. As I mentioned, guys, I want to be your trusted real estate resource of choice. Please call, text, or email me anytime. If I can be of service to you, if I can help you buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please reach out, call, text, or email anytime. I cannot wait to hear from you guys. My information will be here on the screen, and you can find it in the description box down below. The last area that I'd recommend you check out is going to be Desert Color. Desert Color, again, is going to be one of those places you either love or you hate it. If you're familiar with northern Utah, it's very similar to Daybreak. So if you're coming from anywhere up north, or you've been to Salt Lake before, you've been to Daybreak, it's going to have a very similar feel to that. The homes are very close together. They have very small lots, and they're basically just building right on top of each other, which is great because it gives you a nice walkable feel there in the area. However, the privacy is going to be lacking. It's going to feel like there's people all around you. It's really focused on that community, which some people are going to love and other people are going to absolutely hate. So depending on what you're looking for, this might be the right place for you, or it might not, just depending on the lifestyle you want. So with that said, guys, that kind of wraps up our video here. We talked a lot about how to explore the area, what areas to check out, the differences between them, pros and cons, all of that information. If you'd like more information about your specific situation, what you should consider, where you should look, then let's have a chat. Let's talk about the home and lifestyle that you're looking for. Please call, text, or email me anytime. And with that said, guys, subscribe to the channel before you go, and we will catch you in the next one. Thanks.